and there was 3 of them in my eye.
You put 3 contacts in one eye.
They were all fused to each other. So there we go. And here we are. How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You want to gong us in, Sylvester?
Oh, man, yeah.
Let's do it. Welcome to the Alliance Show, guys. New visitors, welcome along. This is the Alliance Show. All the information you need is down in the description. If you want to enter into the giveaway, if you're in the U.S., go ahead and do so. That is also down there in the description. Feel free to put any chats, thoughts, whatever you want in the chat. We will probably get to those at the end if we have time. And, man, we've got a hell of a show today.
We got a hell of a show today because
we got a lot of guests.
for a lot of reasons.
Yeah,
well,
man.
number one, tomorrow's the Alliance Con.
It is.
But we're kicking things off a little bit early because we've got everybody in the room.
Dude, Randa, can we cut and show everyone who's in the room right now? And this is... Randa, say hello. Randa's running the stream. Man, we're just going to get
We're
right
all
into
here,
it
man.
today. Yeah, the
We're all
gang is
here.
all here. So today, we've got some style consultations on the way because we have got so much to cover today. So let's just jump in with number 1, Randa. Let's pop this bad boy in right here. All right. Who is he? Remember, so if you guys have never seen this, again, all information's in the description. Randa's going to read this guy's email, and we're going to just jump into it with the style consultation, man.
Let's go right into
All
it.
right,
Man.
so here we have Matthew Frazier.
Matthew.
He writes, "Hi, my name is Matthew Frazier." Cool.
Hey, Matthew.
I'm 29 years old, and I've been growing my beard for about 2 to 3 months now, and I have, in my opinion, a patchy beard. I want to grow it out, but I need some advice on what I can do to help continue the process of growing out and expectations I should expect to have with the patchy areas of my beard. Thank you.
Okay. So, Sylvester, would you like to describe our friend?
Yeah, absolutely. Randa, I'm so sorry. Tell me this gentleman's name again.
His name is Matthew.
Matthew. Well, so Matthew is a pretty strapping, as I like to say, a strapping, good-looking guy, man.
He sure is.
He's olive skin, so very similar, I guess, to my skin tone. So
yeah.
lighter skin, but
In
a
that
little
same
bit
alley.
a little bit of color in there. And then his hair appears to be brown in this photo. I don't know if you have a different take on that, Jack, but
I would say, yeah, that's probably brunette.
yeah, so brunette. And he's got, let me start in the head hair. So the head hair is pretty long on top. I would say it's probably about the same length as yours right now, Jack.
Just about, yeah, somewhere in this camp.
Yep. And then on the sides, it's a little shorter than yours on the sides.
A little bit.
And so I would say it's probably about finger length on the side. And then as he described, he mentioned that he's got a patchy beard. And I'm no stranger to the patchy beard, man. I got a patchy beard myself.
Not today, though. You just rocking the solo mustache today.
Yeah. So, but honestly, man, I don't really think Matt's got, like, they're not like crazy patches.
No,
you know,
not
like,
at all.
It's pretty nice through the sides. I mean, you've got these patches right here underneath the lip.
Yeah, but those are pretty typical.
And those are pretty common.
Yeah.
But the mustache, I'm not sure if Matt is shaving down the mustache. Or if or if it's just grown out and this is as far as he can go.
Yeah.
But it does look like it's very, very light in the mustache. But he is cleaning up the cheek line relatively well. The neckline appears to be really clean.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume that this was a photo taken back in, let's say December,
Why do you say that?
January, because he's got a sweater on.
Okay.
And it's a zip-up sweater, which is kind of one of my favorite because it can go
It's a
both
good look.
ways. You can rock that sweater in a formal setting with a shirt and tie underneath, or you could rock it just like he is, probably in the comfort of his home, lounging, watching some football, I would imagine.
It's a good look, man.
Yeah, I don't know any of those details are accurate.
We're just assuming
but
at
we're
this
just
point,
assuming.
yeah.
So.
But, man, let's get into the style consultation portion of this. So, with Michael, correct? Or Matthew.
Matthew.
See, I'm pulling a you this week. I'm forgetting names this week. Okay, so with Matthew, he said he's got this patchy beard, but again, just like you were saying, man, I don't see it with this one. This is a really solid beard. Now, if he wants to grow this out, I would say give yourself a month on this one. Give a month in addition to what you've got in this picture, and let's see where he gets. If the mustache is not catching up with it, make sure he's trimming it up a little bit so that it's not too disproportional. I mean, you know me, I'm no stranger to the small mustache and big beard. But, man, I think he just should go for it. I can see that there might be a little hesitation in him doing that, but I'd say Matthew, almost said Michael again, Matthew should give that a shot, see where it gets him in a month, and then take stock. If at that point he's not digging it, he can drop back down to the style, because this is really good right here. I love the cheek line slope down like that, man.
Yeah. So my 2 cents is, number one, like, let me just say this. I say it all the time on the show, on the stream. And if you talk to me in person, I'll say it in person. But I classify myself.
Whoa.
Woo!
Could you imagine?
Nice.
Wow. Eric Banholtz, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Woo!
You know what? Maybe we will. So we had a door open, guys.
Man.
Because it was getting a little warm in here, but I don't want that falling on me during the stream.
It's all good.
Dude, could you imagine if that thing had just taken me out halfway, like 15 minutes in the stream? Just Jack is dead.
I think I might have a solution for that.
It's going like a jackhammer. Okay, let's try and continue that.
The cat-like reflexes of
The whole
Banholtz
chat's
right
blowing
there.
like Jack almost died. They're like, finally.
We almost fired Jack.
Yeah, Jack almost got fired from life.
But listen, I classify myself as a patchy beard as well. But like similar to what Jack said, Matt, you know, I always say give yourself a threshold of 30 to 90 days. Okay. So really, if it were me, I would go 120 days of growth. So you can set the benchmark as far as 120 days, or you can go 30 to 90. But grow it out. And you'll be able to take evaluation at the end of those 30 days to see where you want to, where the highlights
Like
of
the stock,
Yeah, take inventory, and you'll be able to see where exactly your beard grows in the best. And then you can figure out a style around that accentuates or highlights those attributes. But I got to tell you the truth. I am actually a fan of this style.
That's what I was thinking too.
It kind
I
of
was
reminds
like,
me
if he
of,
were to keep this, that's solid.
I think it reminds me kind of like that Wolverine look. And if you want to stand out in a crowd and kind of differentiate yourself in your appearance, I think that you could totally pull this look off just as you are today. And then, like I said, that sweater's so versatile. You could wear it with the shirt and tie underneath and throw it over as an added layer, or you just rock it like you've got it right now. We appreciate the shirt. We actually appreciate you sending in a photo with something on.
Yeah. So you wouldn't believe how many we get when guys are not wearing anything.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate that. So, Matthew, anything else, Sylvester, or should we gong him?
I'd say we gong him.
And, dude, let's get out of here. Let's let some other people in.
I think we should, yeah.
So,
but
man,
let me
I
gong
was
him
keeping this
first.
warm for you. Eric and Carlos, you want to jump in? Carlos, get on over here. You take that other seat.
Little OCD, how's that look?
Yeah, that looks fine. You don't want to hit the end,
Testing.
Alrighty, y'all ready?
I was born ready, Randa.
So,
Can you tell? I'm over here saving mirrors.
Oh,
Jeez, did you have to ask?
told you so. So I don't know if you recognize this guy, Eric. He is actually a repeat style consultee.
Looking good.
And he writes kind of directly to you and his growth over the past 30 days. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and read his email. His name is Robert. He writes, "Hey guys, about 2 months ago, I had the honor of the boss man Eric and Sylvester give me my first consultation. Now here I am 90 days in. I feel like my mustache has reached its max since I don't really see much more growth. Also, since Eric brought up last time, I guess I don't grow in the middle and have a natural patch there. But here's my questions. Hair-wise, although it's not in the photos, I have very thin crown, which is leading me to think it's time to either buzz the head or go very short on the side like a 0.5 or a 0. With that, is there any advice on where to go beard-wise, pending the type of haircut? Any tips on what I should have in mind when I go to the barber and for both beard and head?" And then question 2, also, no matter what I try, beard oil, utility balm, beard shampoo, all Beardbrand, of course, I can't seem to get rid of this beard dandruff under my dry skin. Any tips? Thank you.
Yeah, so, I think the style is dope, right? I think like what we see here is a good classic men's style that you can feel confident rocking and wearing everywhere. Like in terms of any recommendations, it's all like a personal preference thing. It's not necessarily something you're doing right or wrong. So I think you've nailed the look for what you've got. You know, I'm a big fan of the bigger mustache. Everyone knows that. And you said it's grown, all that is can grown. It looks like a pretty good mustache from here. And it looks like you could get a little length and maybe go with like a little bit of a swoop on the side. Might be something I would do from like a style perspective. And then from like a hair perspective, I mean, you know, Mahesh is in here.
Looks like you got your haircut kind of.
Yeah, I know. It's a good style, huh? But Mahesh is in here too. I'm not a big fan of like, once you start thinning, that you just have to completely get rid of everything. I mean, I think there's a lot of different ways that you can wear style and kind of accent what you have with uniqueness without having to completely, you know, just completely buzz it off. But there's nothing wrong with buzzing it off either if that's your cup of tea. So again, it goes back to your preference for what makes you feel most confident.
What was we saying about the beard dandruff?
He said that he's used beard oil, utility balm, and like beard wash, and he still can't get rid of his dandruff.
All depends how many times he actually washes his face, and if he uses the beard wash and softener all the time. If he washes every day, he's probably just making it worse, to be honest. That's what happened with me. Every time I was washing my beard every day and using the beard wash and softener, I just
Pull that mic up.
just dried my skin on the sides of the cheeks a lot more. So maybe need to look how many times you use that a day or a week.
Yeah, I'd echo that. Like if you are washing all the time, you're probably overwashing it.
Yeah.
But if you're in a position that you have to wash it or cleanse it, maybe consider using the beard softener only and just doing kind of like the co-washing technique, which is going to be a more gentle cleanser than a beard wash. The other thing that you can also, like if those don't work, you may have a condition that's not really related to dry skin. It's more related to, it's called seborrheic dermatitis or something like that. I'm not a doctor, so I'm really bad with words, but that's essentially a medical condition that you're going to need. Like, I think you can get like over-the-counter, like fungal creams
Eczema, for another word, no?
Yeah, I'm not a dermatologist. Go see a dermatologist if it continues, because it could be something more than just basic skincare. So like the things that you want to highlight are like your basics, like get all that out of the base. If you're not washing your beard too much, if you're using gentle products like these, if you've tried different products with different ingredients, you know, maybe you have an allergy to, you know, like tea tree or something, and you're using the tea tree beard wash, that could cause an issue. Simply switching to Tree Ranger would solve that problem. So, you know, work with our support team. We'll get you the right products to kind of test out all those. And if it's still not working, then it's one of those things you need to go talk to your dermatologist.
You know what? I like his bomber jacket, and I know we're supposed to give the style consultation, but if you watching us and you could drop a link in the comments where I can get that jacket from, would be cool.
It's almost like what you're wearing right now, but brown.
But he's got like sort of olive color, if I'm seeing right. Looks cool. Looks awesome. Anything else?
Are we getting kicked off? Or
No.
Let's gong him and get the next two.
Or yeah. Okay.
Everyone's asking for Greg. Well, let's just ramble on. Let's tell a story. Yeah.
Well, you got to give him a gong.
No, it's good. It's good.
Let's gong him.
We got a water cup here, so I can make something happen.
No. Sweet. Mahesh and Greg.
I'm not giving this one up.
That's the hot seat.
That's where you get the gray beards.
Oh, the grey beards. Ooh, there's loads of grey beards in here today.
Did y'all coordinate this like color combination? It looks good.
Hands across the pond.
Right.
Alrighty, y'all ready?
Go on then, Greg.
All right, this is Dave. Dave writes,
Dave.
I am 45 and recently retired from my job as a police officer. I also spent 26 years in the military. So since the age of 17, I've never had the opportunity to grow a beard. Now that I am retired and working in a field which doesn't require me to shave, I decided to grow a beard. I've always wanted to grow one and took this opportunity after retiring to grow one to see if in fact I could. So since October 26th, I've been growing my beard. Attached, you'll find pictures of my journey. And by the way, thank you so much for answering comments on YouTube. And this is to you, Jack. And I welcome all feedback and comments. All right.
Do you want to go first?
Well, did they choose a gray beard to go with us sitting here on the panel?
Yes.
I don't know.
It's all matching. It's got to be coordinated.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love gray beards because often you have this combination of hair, especially when you start to gray, and a lot of guys hold on to a dark mustache, which you see in all three of these. So love the dark mustache with the beard. This guy's doing nothing wrong. You are abundantly blessed with facial hair. And it seems like a great shape naturally. I mean, I think if anything, it might be a matter of the way you're styling it, or that you might need to trim. Do you want to sharpen this up at all? But it looks natural and it looks great. What do you think?
Like Sylvester was saying about the first guy. This guy's a handsome chap as well. He's got good strong features, and there isn't much that you would say that is wrong. Not that anything's wrong with it, but I would say he's got a good thing going on there. I would say if he's spent a lot of time in the military and the police force, he's probably been able to he's been really restricted. So it's nice that he can just grow his hair out, grow his beard out, and really express himself for his true nature of what he is. So that's really lovely for him. I would say, grow it out the beard as much as you can. Really go for it and see where it's going to take you, because you might get beyond the point and you'll think that's too much, and then take it back. But if you've not been able to grow it before, it's liberating when you've been restricted by what you do for a living, and he's been doing some amazing jobs and serving other people. Now it's time to serve himself. Yeah. So it's time to say, I'm going to reflect on what I want, and I think he should grow it out, maybe taper in the sides a little bit. Like you say, just go and see your barber and see what he says. But the hair looks good on top. He's got great color on there as well. I love that salt and pepper.
Gray temple and the dark
yeah,
top.
I really love that salt and pepper look. It's really good. Yeah. And I think he's got a, if I liked men, this would be the man that I would go for.
Did he include any other pictures in this, or is that the only picture?
I do have one more.
Because it looks like he has, even coverage. So along the way, actually you see there that he actually has pretty tight sides on the.
Yeah, he's already got the tight sides in there. Yeah, so
it's very good in the sides too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
He's got a really short cut on the sides as well on his head. So I would keep that. I would grow the length out on the top and just keep that.
Wear an undercut.
That look cool.
Now, seeing the side view here, if anything, you might want to. It depends on if you like a natural cheek line, but the cheek line here, I think, would strengthen the beard if it was trimmed down just a little bit, even a half an inch, coming down a little bit on the cheek will strengthen the thickness of the hair here. So unless you have a really high cheek. A lot of times, the sparseness up here suggests that your beard's not as thick. Making that crisper and tighter will make this look denser. Yeah. But I agree with Mahesh. This is an opportunity to grow the beard, and not that you necessarily have a yeared quest, but you can grow it, and it looks like you have enough seed material to keep it going. I would grow that mustache out, go full Eric Banholtz on us with the mustache, and then
the Banholtz. Yeah.
And then look back, that guy over there, and then see where you are. I mean, look back at your pictures. And just because you're growing it out doesn't mean you're necessarily going to keep a long beard forever. I suggest to people, look at those 30-day pictures, take some selfies once, twice a month, and see what you look like. And then say, hey, it looked best at 4 months. It looked best at 6 months. And don't be afraid to cut it if it really looked best at that.
Yeah, don't be afraid. I mean, I had a long beard for a long time.
Yeah, and your beard looks, in my opinion, better.
Yeah, I'm much happier with it now. And it got to the point where, I was zipping it up into my coat, and it was getting caught in elevator doors, and it just got ridiculous. And I held on to it because I identified as the man with the long beard. And then as soon as I took it off, actually, I still was me. And I think that's the thing is that,
it's taking it off, you shortened it.
Well, yeah. This is heavy stubble. This is 3 days growth. Come on, Greg.
So if you don't have a video with us and you're just listening on audio, your beard represents about how many months, Mahesh?
Probably 5-6 months. Now.
5-6 months, and our is it Robert represents? What did he say about
David?
David is Yeah,
Robert was my dude.
I'm all about names.
This is Dave.
Dave's beard was what?
So he's been growing since October 26th.
Yeah, so he's 4 whole months in. So,
Yeah, so he's got good growth there.
Yeah.
Good.
Excellent. Should we go him?
You got him.
I've been waiting to do this.
There you go. Yeah, am I staying here?
You're staying.
I'm staying.
For a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So, this is the part where we get into a little bit more of the special topics. Now, today, we're going to go a little bit beyond the beard with these beardsmen that we have on the channel. We're going to start with Mahesh, and I know you're probably expecting me to go right into the barber questions and things like that, but Mahesh, I don't think a lot of people really know the mindfulness behind a lot of what you do, the yogi side of you.
Right.
So what I wanted to know, Mahesh, and I think the viewers might want to know this too, and if they didn't, they're going to find out anyway.
Okay.
Is where do you find the bridge between the mindfulness with the yoga, and when you bring it into the barbershop? I mean, that seems it's almost like two different men. The Mahesh who teaches yoga, and the Mahesh who we see in the videos in the barbershop. Where is the bridge?
No, well, I think the thing
is there one at all?
Yeah, there is, of course, because anyone who's been to a barbershop, anyone who's got a barber, I mean, we've got like Jake in here as well, and he's got customers who have probably been going to him for years. Yeah. Same for me, and everyone who's here has got a barber that they prefer. And if you prefer a barber, that means you trust that guy. Right. If you're prepared to sit in someone's seat, as guys, how often do you get another guy touching your head? Some guys,
not often.
Some of these guys pay weekly for that, but I mean that's a different thing. But if you're gonna let another man be intimate with you in that way, you have to put a little bit of trust there and a little bit of openness. And when you start to open up in that realm, I think you then start to divulge stuff that you maybe don't divulge to family or friends because they're just too close. So you start to say, you start to open up. And if you're being, there's a lot of banter in the room and there is it's all high jinks in there, you can still get a guy that will come in and still want to tone that down and want to open up to you because he feels confident and happy with what you are doing for him and that fact that you know each other. Right. I mean, I've been invited to, bar mitzvahs and family occasions and birthday parties and weddings and things because you become part of the family. If you do the dad, you do the son, you do the granddad's hair, you see them all. Right. And they're like, we're having a family get together. Do you want to come along? Because I see them more regularly than some of their family members. So that's where the bridge is. The bridge is that they open up in the chair. The chair is really important. They feel comfortable, they're relaxed. You're stood behind them, you're stood over them, and you're communicating through a mirror, which is so you're not visually stood in front of each other. It's not eye to eye. Right. So you've got that mirror between you. So there's almost like that little bit of a give away, so you can sort of feel relaxed in that space. So yeah, there is.
And you feel that carries over into the yoga.
100%, because the yoga and the mindfulness is all about being present. Right. So when you are able to be present with the person that you're with, and you're not being distracted by your phone and what other people are doing and what other people are saying, if I can be with that person and they feel that I'm being honest and open with them, right, and I'm being legitimate, that I can communicate openly with them and they can communicate openly with me because they don't feel restricted. Yeah. I can take myself to that space where I'm not just talking to them. Oh, they're not just talking to me and I'm just waiting to speak. Right. They're just talking to me and I'm thinking, oh, come on, I've got a response to that. Right. I'm actually holding space for them, allowing them to speak. And now just sometimes that's all they want. They just want to be heard.
Someone to talk to, someone to listen.
Because as guys, primarily, we're not very good at that.
Yeah, and that's the point I wanted to touch on. It almost seems like those two spaces are
My wife will happily make a coffee date with her friends because she wants to talk shit about me. Or can I say that? It's daytime.
You can say that, yeah.
It's daytime. It's because I might have got on her nerves a little bit, or she wants to vent or something. Right. So she'll phone up her friend and she'll say, "Shall we go for coffee? I've got a few things to get off my mind." And she'll go off and do that. And for guys, we don't often do that. We don't open up like that. We don't. No. We might be in a bar somewhere and there'll be another thing going on. So there'll be sports. There'll be drinking, there'll be other stuff going around it, and you might eventually open up to something.
But to really open up on a sober level, right?
That's the important thing. And, I mean, I don't recommend it, but, most guys don't come in drunk to the barbershop, And some barbers I do know that get drunk, and you know I produce some of my best work drunk. But well, I thought it was. And then you get a letter from a solicitor, and then you stop drinking.
Right.
But so to recap, I think barbers don't realise how often and how much time they spend with the customer, and how often people are looking to open up to somebody who really is maybe just wants to say a few things and just get it off their chest. Yeah, you're not always looking for a response. Sometimes you just want to say it and let it. Once it's out, it's out. Yeah, you're not holding it in anymore. And it sometimes doesn't need to be bounced back to you. Sometimes they just want to say it, and you say, "Oh, I'm glad you got that off your chest."
Right, and that can help a man in his journey.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you talking about that, Mahesh.
Thank you.
Greg, would you mind if we swap, or if you swap seats with Mahesh real quick?
Yeah. So you're telling me to go now?
Yeah, you can get out. Yeah, get out. That was nice, Mahesh. But get out of here. Yeah.
Can you gong me out? Can you gong me out, please?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can't leave otherwise. Oh, I found a thing.
Greg.
So what percentage of the overall scoring is the interview question?
Oh, that depends. That depends on how you answer. Yeah. So, Greg, my question goes a little bit more personal on a family side with you. Now, you've made some videos with your son, Victor Brzezinski. And I'm curious, as a father who's in the public realm, someone who's an influencer, like we talked about, an actor, a model, lots of other things, how do you think that affects the perception of Victor? Because Victor's been in a few videos. Do you expect him to, in some respect, go into that same public realm? Do you have any expectations of him to be an influencer when he grows up, or even have a beard? Something as simple as that. Is that something that you ever see him doing?
Since I'm those things that you mentioned, but I'm also an architect. I'm actually, in terms of those occupations, vocations, am nothing like my father. And my father was a blue-collar guy who encouraged me to develop my talents, my skills to their best of ability, bringing us into the 21st century that manifest themselves in social media in a way. I would want to do something similar with my son, to encourage him to develop his personal talents to the best of their abilities. If it happens to be something like social media. But Victor has an interest, I think, in photography. If you ever go to his Instagram page, you'll see he's a very accomplished photographer.
Oh, yeah. We featured some of his work in the videos.
And he has been responsible for a lot of the most viral posts that I've ever put on. So him taking photographs of whether it be landscape or whether it be people, that's one of his passions. So I encourage him to move in that direction. He also has a very analytical mind, which might manifest itself in engineering. So encouraging those things. As far as recognition as an influencer, Victor goes to Arizona State University and he's walking around campus, and people have recognized him from Beardbrand,
from the videos,
wow. And as Victor Brzezinski, as opposed to Greg Brzezinski's son, which was great for him to hear that. So it's a fun moment when you're actually recognized for that. But to recap your question, I just want to encourage him to utilize his skills, his gifts to, I believe God-given gifts, and what he can do to the best of his ability. I just really believe we should be doing everything to the best that we're able to do. So really, you have a certain level that you can work to, work to that level, push yourself, keep on growing.
Keep on growing.
You want to, don't be satisfied with just working to that B level if you're really able to do A level work. Yeah. So I would encourage Victor to do that also.
And I think going even back to, again, the beard, it's almost something that requires patience in a certain sense. What he has now is not necessarily what he'll have eventually. Even if he doesn't feel that he needs to grow something like you have. Yours didn't come in until way later in your life, right?
Yeah, and just having conversations with Victor, he got a trim from our Jake the barber who was in the house today, which phenomenal. And he actually uses that video, that length, as what he thinks ultimately looks best on him. So Victor grew out his beard. He started growing about the same time that I did after I shaved mine off around November 1st. And he grew it until about 2 weeks ago, so 4+ months, and decided that, hey, I think it looked better. And just like we were telling the last style consultation, it looks better on him at about the 2-month, 3-month level. So he actually referenced that video. We actually did a video chat, and he actually gave himself a cut based on some of the principles that I've talked about
in the videos.
That's
incredible.
And so I was able to, give him a little, lesson as he's cutting it. But he's taken it back, and then he actually took it back even a little more. He's in Arizona. He's probably going to go for a smooth look this summer. But
that makes sense.
The beard will be back, and I think you will be seeing Victor probably in the fall with me again to see where his beard is coming. It's already coming in thicker, even in the past 6 months.
That's great, and that patience is paying off.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that he was comfortable taking it down lower and taking it shorter, because that's.
Yeah,
I mean, even you've done that in the past.
Oh yeah, and like he loves the fact that his beard is coming in. He's only 21. I think once again, number one question from young guys for me is, when's my beard going to come in? It's going to come in when it's going to come in.
Right.
And for some guys, he's not even near the average length. So getting to 25, he could have that full Jack
could just
beard
explode.
by then.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll see. But Greg, I appreciate you opening up about Victor. It's great to see
No, I
a
love
father's
talking about
perspective
my
on the whole
kids. I
thing.
love it.
Yeah.
So.
And Carlos, do you mind if you swap out with Greg real quick and we can talk a little bit?
I do.
Yeah? You look comfy over there. We going Greg out.
I was super comfy there.
How you doing?
I'm
Need a
tired.
little coffee? A little tired?
Tired.
Yeah.
Good. Jet lagged.
Yeah. I think people are a little bit shocked to see your new style, man.
Yeah.
Not just with the hair, but with the beard or lack thereof. And that's kind of what I wanted to ask you about. You were a guy that was kind of known for a look, right? Whether it was back in like 2014 for the big beard and the undercut and slick back hair, or even more recently with the really close crop beard, and eventually led to the grayer hair kind of look. And then one day you just shaved it off last year with Mahesh. And so what I wanted to know is, to an extent, how do you not let yourself get tied down to the label of a certain look? Oh, we got some customers or something coming in. Man, anything can happen on this. We got mirrors falling on people. Anyway, we'll continue. So, I wanted to know, how do you don't let yourself get tied down to a look? How do you not let yourself get typecast into the dude with the beard? To let yourself change and to grow.
That's a little bit distracting. But
I know.
Anyway.
Someone's trying to break into our studio.
Like you said, back in 2012, 13, 14, I was tied down to that look, that big beard for a few years. And it was hard to get rid of it and go for a change.
Right.
I think I just grew up a little bit and grew some...
some courage.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
another word.
And I started going shorter and shorter and shorter throughout the years.
Right.
And I got to a stage that I was happy with the length, which was kind of shortish.
Right.
And I was rocking that for a few more years, and I really enjoyed it. But when I took it down to what it is right now,
just
I was
mustache.
really happy to see my face.
Really?
Yeah, I was really happy to see my face. And I really think this look suits me, and I'll probably get rid of the mustache in the next few weeks, just to see how I look without it, because I haven't seen it since 2011 or whatever it was.
Would you keep the stubble?
The stubble I always keep, because I don't like clean shaving. I have very sensitive skin, and I just bleed like crazy. So I'll probably change the look with that mustache. But when I just before yesterday I shaved the sides again, I really thought I was gonna grow my beard long after my hair shaved it.
Right.
But I just I didn't miss when I was eating at wipe all every 5 seconds my face. Also, my skin was getting a little bit irritated on the sides here because I couldn't get the moisturizer right there. So, I think this is the look I'm going for a while.
You're going to keep that for a while. Would you encourage the viewers to maybe try that out if they've been tied down to one look?
I encourage anyone to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think let themselves get tied down.
it might not work. You know, I've made mistakes in my life.
Right.
But I've learned from those mistakes. But at least you have a go, you try. And it's only hair. It grows back, man. It grows back in 5 seconds, man.
Do you think a lot of people let themselves almost become like, not a victim of their beard, but almost chained down because they've got
I
this
did,
beard?
I did. And I'm pretty sure most of the guys here identify with that.
Yeah.
I did, for sure. Yeah, I got too attached to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was probably taking more care of my beard than my actual wife, man.
Yeah. I think a lot of guys tend to do that. Well, I bring that up because I think that's what happens a lot of times when guys initially grow a beard, maybe for the first time, they almost start solely focusing on it. They don't invest in the rest of themselves. They invest in the beard, but then they don't invest in the skin. They don't invest in the head hair. They don't invest in their style.
Sure.
And then they just get tied down to this look and go, what's happening?
Yeah, you're right. I think a lot of people do kind of make that mistake. I think you should care about everything. I'm guilty. I think I've done it myself.
But it seems like nowadays you seem like the kind of guy that invests in everything from the head hair down.
Well, I love fashion, and I like a change once in a while. So my hair changes quite often, actually.
Yeah. Is there a tip that you would say to our viewers that they could take away from that? Just some encouragement or something?
Yeah, don't be afraid of change.
Yeah.
Change means progress in my eyes.
Yeah, and that's our path to keep on growing.
For
change.
sure.
Sometimes it can be a little bit scary at the beginning, but hey, man, with the beard, it's just hair.
What's that saying? If you don't risk, oh no, don't know. Forgot.
If you're not growing, you're dying.
If you're not growing, you're
Something
dying.
like
Adapt or die, right?
Yeah, I think you have to take risks in life to
absolutely.
learn lessons and find out about yourself.
Absolutely.
So for me, take the risk for change is progress within yourself. I strongly recommend.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you opening up about that. Do you want to swap chairs with Eric real quick and we can talk?
Sure thing.
Come on in here. I'm going to gong you out.
Come on, Mahesh. Get that AC working.
Yeah,
It's so hot.
we're sweating
It's
in
so
here. It's
hot.
like a sweat lodge, man.
It's so hot in here.
You see this? We're all like...
I swear these guys over here are like making out, getting it all hot and steamy in here. It's never like this.
I like how we...
What are y'all doing over there?
A bunch of guys with beards into a corner, and it's just like a social experiment at this point.
Jeez.
Yeah, exactly. There is so much testosterone in this room.
Mahesh was talking about, what was he talking about? Like,
People opening up. I think people are opening up because it's hot.
yeah, opening it up for people. And
Yeah. This is
I had a couple of puns for you as you were talking, but
guys, this is not even live. This is just an experiment to see what happens when we stick all of us in a room.
Yeah.
But Eric, so man, I wanted to again go beyond the beard with you, and talk a little bit more about the business side of your life, man.
oh yeah, I like business.
Yeah, I was gonna say you seem like a man of business, a man who understands
Clean business, dirty business.
risky business, any kind of business.
Sylvester got it.
But what I really want.
Yeah, we got a casting couch out front in the
There's a couch
Beardbrand
waiting
office.
for you, man. That's the risky business.
All right, let's talk business, Jack.
Yeah, man. So what I wanted to know is, and I got thinking about this the other day when I was on the phone with my parents actually talking about Shark Tank.
Okay,
actually,
yeah.
And your appearance in Shark Tank. And my mom had actually got it twisted. She thought that everyone had said yes to Beardbrand on Shark Tank initially.
Well, in their minds, they did.
They did.
Yeah,
I mean,
their
here we are.
voices and their words and actions spoke elsewise.
Yeah. But back then, there was that idea that this couldn't happen, that Beardbrand or men's grooming company on this scale, like this, that embraces men with beards, embraces men investing in themselves, wouldn't make it. So what do you think, what was it that brought us here today? What do you think brought Beardbrand to the forefront of the men's grooming company with beards leading the way?
Well, you know, Greg's in here, and he would argue it's probably his videos, but you know, someone had to make the first couple.
Yeah.
So no, I mean we've had haters since day one.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like my friends, my family. They told me like, you know, maybe I'd sell a T-shirt or something and make like $100 a month. And like I always had this vision that there's this group of guys who care about themselves. They care about their appearance. They want to invest in themselves and not look the way that society wants them to look.
Right.
You know? So back then, when we started Beardbrand, that meant like having a big gnarly beard and still being, you know, financial advisors or, business. We got entrepreneurs in the room. We've got, like G-men as well. And so like, just like people from all different walks of life don't have to be like constrained by these bounds.
Right.
And I think that's a really like empowering thing for so many guys out there, that you don't have to look a certain look. And you don't have to be like a hipster like me and Carlos and Sylvester. You can be like Jack. You can be like your average good looking dude, that tries different styles and like rocks the t-shirts and I mean, so it's just like you look at this room like, Randa, let's flip over here.
Yeah, can we show them?
Different styles, and we all demonstrate that look differently, but you can just kind of tell that there's a sense of purpose behind the person who's a beard brander. So mad respects, like you just see it. Like I'll run into someone in the airport and they kind of look at me funny. I'm like, yeah, you've probably seen our videos. Like you're definitely like a beard brander.
Do you think it goes back to the core values of Beardbrand within people who are beard branders? Of freedom, hunger, and trust? Yeah,
I mean, so our core values, freedom, hunger, and trust. And then our tagline, keep on growing, of course, I think is a pretty important one. Like all the guys in here and girls, want to keep on growing, want to become better versions of themselves. And then, of course, our mission to foster confidence. I think a lot of people are really like, it's like a drug, that confidence that you get when you try a new hairstyle or you try a new beard style and your friends from high school are like, oh man, that looks so dope on you, or oh, I saw you on that ShipStation commercial. I want your autograph.
Does that happen?
No, it's not.
You sure?
Well, the first part happens.
Oh, okay. Well,
because just like that, you can save money with ShipStation.
Yeah, there you go, ShipStation. Plug. But what I want to know is, what's next?
Well, it's a lot of doing the same but better.
Yeah. How so?
Like, continue to grow our product offering, but do that better. Continue to create content in a way that's tied around this mission to foster confidence through grooming. And that's what's driving us. So if we're ever confused or we don't know what to do, it's like, well, we're on a mission to develop confidence through grooming. So how do we help guys invest in themselves? That's education.
Right.
That's products. And that's community.
Okay.
So we look at the alliance here and the community that we're building.
These guys.
And alliance conference. And then we look at how do we make this community better? How do we make this conference better? How do we bring all the people over on the other side of the internet together so we can support each other and we can help each other grow? And we all face adversity in this life. And every single person in here has a story about how some shit's happened to them and they've had to persevere through that and take it to the next level. So you can't do it alone, you know? Like, and sometimes as you may be in like, Fargo, North Idaho, or that's not even a place, right?
Some made up place.
Yeah, some made up like Narnia place.
Yeah.
And you just don't have that network of people who understand the power of grooming. They don't understand the things that you're trying to do. So to be able to connect with others online is just a really powerful thing.
So one last question before we have you swap seats. For the people viewing, maybe that have the idea, maybe that right now they're at a stage where they've got this idea and people are saying that'll never work. What would you say to them?
Well, I mean, if the idea is pretty dumb and it'll never work, I'd probably say that. But but no, I mean, in all seriousness,
for the next beard brand, essentially.
Like business is about like having a vision, right? So you need that vision, and then it's about executing on that vision. So going out there and getting shit done, and then based on what happens from when you do stuff, you make adjustments to it, and it's a rinse and repeat. So it's do something, or have an idea, do something. Does it work or not work? Make adjustments, do it again, or change it and do something different. That's all business is. So once you understand those three concepts, then you're going to be able to do whatever you want. And whether or not it ends up exactly like your vision on day one versus your your vision on year 10.
Right.
It can be completely different. And there's far more talented entrepreneurs in here than I am. So like I would almost probably defer to them on the advice they'd have for like building businesses. But
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Is that on point or am I way off?
I don't know. But man, I appreciate you opening up about that. That's good insight especially for the people watching right now that I think they may have the next
sauna
Beardbrand
in here, guys.
I know it's warm.
Jeez. We don't even need to go to Norway for that. We just bring a whole bunch of people in here.
Dude, we just got people here who just sweat.
Detox, right?
This is part number 1 of Alliance Con. But
My
speaking,
liver's like, I got to take a break.
it's nice. It's really
My
nice.
skin's
It's
doing it all.
therapeutic. We'll be feeling a lot better after this.
All right, do I kick you off now, or am I?
I was
going to
say I'm going to kick you off for one more person. Can I pull Sylvester in here real quick?
Do I have to gong myself off, or
you wanna-
does someone else gong me off?
Why don't you gong yourself, man?
Yeah, I'm good at gonging myself off.
Yeah.
Right, Ann?
It's not many jobs where you can tell your boss to gong himself.
That's a new T-shirt.
Yeah, gong him. Gong yourself off. Hey, man. Welcome back.
I'll gong myself on.
Yeah, why don't you gong yourself on?
It's just gonna be
Man, how you doing?
I'm great.
You look a little sweaty. No, you're good.
It's-
I'm kidding. It's warm in here, man.
Jack,
No.
are you saying I look a little wet?
Yeah, we're good. So we have come to the last interview of our Beardsmen today,
Oh.
and
You got questions for me?
I got a question for you, man, and it's going to go back to the Alliance.
Okay.
You are the man who's running the Alliance. You have worked tirelessly to put together what we're seeing right now, the beginning of Alliance Conference, the
Yeah.
beginning of CXBB, which I know Randa's had a hand in too. And if we had time, I would pull you in here and ask you a question. But man, let me ask you this. When you look at the Alliance now versus what it was when you started to step in, what do you see that's changed? What do you see now before us, this community?
Yeah. This is just half of the people
I know.
that will be here for tomorrow and Thursday's festivities.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got more people coming on the way. And I think that's a
exciting.
strong testament to the Alliance in that we started with an idea. Eric had this idea. You heard him talk about it here just a few moments ago of how do we bring people together? And those even on the other side in the chat, like how do we come together?
Right.
And how do we bond or band together rather to march under the mantra of like, hey, we want to keep on growing. We believe in
Right.
not, Eric jokingly said a comment earlier. He said, but it wasn't really a joke. It was like, you're either if you're not growing, you're dead, right?
Right.
And so like,
There's truth to that.
People who are living, how do we band together to keep growing and spread that message of love, that message of unity, and that message of growth? And I think where the Alliance started from just an idea and that having that vision to where we are now, I think is a big testament. So that shows the tangible growth of opportunity that we've got ahead of ourselves. And this is just the beginning,
Right.
And yeah.
So I asked this to Eric. What's next? Where do you see the Alliance now?
Yeah, man. Dude, next year.
Yeah?
I think bigger, better.
Even bigger, even better?
Maybe we extend it to a 3-day event. And I don't know. We'll see. I got
Yeah.
a couple of ideas rolling around.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
So now, as we approach the end of the stream, I think we ought to open it up to the viewers to ask any questions. And obviously, if there are specific questions for the specific beardsmen, they can obviously chime in and answer.
Totally.
But man, what a stream this has been. It's been nice to see what's
It's been a hot one.
Yeah, of course. And of course, man, you want to just quickly mention what's going to be going on in the next few days?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're just tuning in for the first time, number one, welcome. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. Thanks to our
man.
special guests who
Been a
came in
treat.
today just to hang out with us. Holy hell, man. It's awesome. And if you're not able to join us for tomorrow or for the next day, then, come next year.
Yeah.
I was saying all that to say, like, if you are joining us for the first time, grab a friend. This is the Alliance show. So this is a live broadcast on our YouTube channel every Tuesday at 3 o'clock
Eastern.
3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, sir.
And so if you can't catch us live, then you can catch us on you can catch this in the form of a download.
Yeah, on
iTunes,
podcast.
Spotify, and SoundCloud.
Yes, sir.
So be sure to download that and catch us in the audio form, and listen to the style advice if you're struggling with maybe growing out a beard or growing out your hair, or maybe you're looking to take your style to the next level and elevate that style. this is the right show for you.
Yeah.
The Alliance is the right community for you, because not only do we want to grow in our style, we don't want to only just grow our hair.
Yep.
We want to evolve as people and as
Yeah.
men, and to foster that confidence in ourselves and others, and invest in ourselves, invest in others. So we'll be having, over the next 48 hours, we'll be having people from literally all around the world in the U.S. Converge right here on the Beardbrand campus for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have haircuts. Well, let me backtrack. We'll have style consultations.
Yes, sir. Live ones. Yeah.
Yeah, one-on-one, personalized just for yourself. We're partnering with a company here in town called League of Rebels.
Yes, sir.
They're a phenomenal company.
We actually had Otto on the show.
Yeah, we actually had Otto on the show, so he'll be here. He'll be joining me in the style consultation piece, so we'll be going one-on-one with our guests, and then you'll move into a chair with either
These chairs
Mahesh
right here.
or with Jake.
Get Jake on camera.
Yeah, man, we should
we'll
get
bring
Jake
him
over
up.
here.
We'll bring it. Here, come on in. Come on. You want to go on?
Come on, Jake. So yeah, we'll be hanging out here. What's up, man?
What's going
How
on?
are those tacos sitting well?
Oh, yeah, they're making me tired.
Yeah, so we'll be cutting hair. We'll be doing style consultations, but simultaneously on the campus, we'll have people like Joshua Bingaman from Helm Boots will be giving a talk on style. Otto from League of Rebels will be giving a talk on style. We'll also have several other people giving a talk on how do you grow and self-improvement and how you overcome challenging, adverse times of adversity. So 2 days packed full of haircut style consultations, learning how to elevate your style game, or learning how to maybe take in a certain element of style and put it into your daily wardrobe, but then also how do you grow as an individual. So yeah, it's going to be 2 days of partying, basically. We'll be hanging out. And then on Thursday night, we've got the big party, the big old grand party that's known as CXBB, or Celebration by Beardbrand. Jack likes to say, if you're dirty, you call it CXBB. But this is your first time with us. Jake, what do you think so far, dude? You just got off the plane. I mean,
yeah, so it's, I didn't sleep much last night.
Yeah.
I got to bed about 1 a.m. and then my flight was about 6, so I'm a little slow right now. I handled 3 tacos and some chips and queso, so now I'm super slow.
Yeah.
And I'm on camera, which is a surprise to me, but
Welcome to the Alliance.
I feel great, man. I feel a part of this. Is great, even though I don't have a beard, as you all can see. Secret is I grow the best beard, but I just don't. I don't want to intimidate anybody right now. Since I'm new in town, I don't want to make any enemies. But yeah, the campus is amazing. Thrilled to be here.
Yeah, man.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, I mean, you kind of touched on it, but I'm curious. What's your mindset behind a beard? Or, I mean, you're Greg's barber, so you've taken care of his beard for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of a beard. If I could grow one, I would. Unfortunately, I grow a mustache, and it just doesn't sit well on my face. So I choose the clean shaven route, but I love cutting beards. I'm not a fan of shaving beards fully, but I like shaping beards.
Nice.
I think it complements a fade. The most popular haircut that I do is skin fade, or like a low one fade, whatever. But I think a beard always goes with it, whether it's a long beard and I'm shaping it, or it's a tight beard like Carlos's beard. I just think it complements a face.
Cool, man.
So.
Right on. Well, hell, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Cool.
And Jack, you want to come back?
Yeah, you want to gong me off or
let me
what,
go-
dude?
Let me gong you off, bro. I should have said gong yourself off.
So, man, why don't we do this now? Why don't we bring all the talent onto the show right now?
Let's
Everyone
go
who's
on.
been on Alliance, guys. Do you want to bring?
Yeah,
let's
bring
bring Eric.
everybody.
Come on, let's
go, guys.
Listen. If you're comfortable coming on camera, come on in here. Randa, let's tag some winners in the chat. Let's all say congratulations. Do we have our winner?
Oh yeah, we have our winners.
Look at this. Let's knock some mirrors over. Look at this. See, guys, we weren't joking. We said we had a bunch of hairy dudes in this room. You wonder why it's so hot. Yeah. Yeah,
All
Gong
right.
himself. All right, Randa, do we have our
some
winners?
winners?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best bit.
Yeah, right there.
All right. Congratulations to Nick Bird,
Hey!
Congratulations.
Devin Ferguson,
Hey.
and Catholic Glass.
Catholic Glass! Hey!
Not only do you win some awesome stuff, but you also get an applause from all these.
I was going to say,
Congratulations.
winners typically don't get that. And plus, these guys will be the first to receive the Beardbrand starter kit, which will be a little bit different. We don't actually. Wow, that's ill prepared. But
That's what they were knocking on the door for.
oh, you know what? Maybe they were going to deliver one of those. Maybe
Where's
that
my
was-
starter kit?
I was going to say that was Nick Bird trying to get in. But anyway, we will email you guys after the show to get that started so we can get those to you. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was going to say that we should do this more often. We should get more guys in the room, break the AC, and hang out.
And sweat together.
I was going to say, I feel like we bonded. Men who can sweat together like this, they open up.
And
And
we
it's,
find out which deodorants work better.
yeah, I was going to say, this is fun. There's a lot of smells in here. But anyway,
We think got tops off when the camera goes up.
yeah, the second the stream cuts off, we're all going to take our shirts. Yeah. That's actually what we do every week. It's just, but the camera cuts off. But anyway, so guys, again, thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, please go rate us on iTunes. Go rate us on Spotify if you can. Go share this with a friend. Download this afterwards. Show it to your mom. Show it to your grandma, your friends. If you've got another guy friend that maybe is starting on his style journey, share this with them, man.
Yeah, hit us up at style@beardbrand.com. Send over your photos and all the information in the description, man.
And guys, if you weren't picked today to be, featured as style consultation, don't worry. It's not we skipped over you. It's just that we didn't have time today. Keep tuning in next week. We'll have the same beard stuff, same beard time, same beard channel, man.
It's not going to be the same at all.
No,
It's gonna
you
be
know what?
completely
That was a lie. That's a lie. Yeah, it's gonna be like just Sylvester and I. We're gonna be like, what the hell happened? We're gonna be hungover. It's gonna be sad. No, but guys, thank you for joining us. It's been a lot of fun. You want to? Do we all want to gong out?
Mahesh, gong us
You
out.
want to gong us out? All right, keep on growing, guys. See ya.